Yeah, good morning, students. Last time when we met, we talked about inflation. Okay, before that, we talked about national income and a quick fire revision of microeconomics. Today, I thought, why not a quick fire revision of marketing management? Sudden time and across India, students, whether they belong to MBA, BCom, BBA, BTech students, for almost across the stream, marketing management is one of the prominent subject in management stream. So, the focus of today's lecture is what marketing management all about and what's the marketer's task in the changing business environment. Business is changing. Business is changing because business environment is changing at a lightning pace. Particularly at a time when we are passing through a very difficult time, marketing is undergoing a paradigm shift. Let us explore how this shift is taking place by having some fundamental understanding of what marketing means. Okay, it's Dr. PARAMASIVAN here, fellow NITI Mumbai. So let me start with first the fundamental difference between what marketing and marketing management. When we talk about it's marketplace, right? It's a marketplace where buyers and sellers meet. Buyers for buying, sellers for selling. This interaction takes place in a place that's what's called market. Marketing is a process that facilitates this marketplace. That process is what is called marketing. And as Philip Kotler, the father of marketing management, tells very often, it's not only talking about the current buyers, but also the potential buyers. So the moment we talk about marketing management, the management process comes. That is the planning, the directing, the control, the coordination, the decision making, all functions of management when we integrate in the marketing for identifying the target market, choosing the consumers, and then positioning the product, okay, branding the product in the mind of the consumer is what all marketing management is about. This marketing management has evolved over a period of time. Let us see how it has evolved. The first major concept in marketing management is what exchange concept. Okay, in exchange concept, marketing is all about exchange of title to goods, the ownership of the goods from the seller to the buyer. That's what marketing all about. The advocates of exchange concept thought that marketing is over the moment the goods are exchanged from the seller to the buyer. But then, over a period of time, the production concept emerged. According to the production concept, it is the availability of the goods. Can the goods be more available? Whether the consumers have wide accessibility. For example, take the case of Balaji Welfare. It's available almost at every 2 kilometers, every 3 kilometers, in every shop, and that is called production concept. So according to the advocate of production concept, the main task of marketing is to make available the product at every nook and corner of the marketplace. And then came the product concept. In the product concept, the focus was on the quality. For example, Toyota, we started the quality movement. Toyota car means zero defect car. So it focused on the quality, no compromise on the quality of the product. So those marketers, those others who advocated the product concept of marketing, they focused on the quality of the product. Then came the selling. Selling is how the manufacturer or the producer makes all the efforts to sell the product from their point of view. Okay, that is means in Hindi very often you say बेच देने का है, कैसा भी बेच दो. Okay, so as even you don't know what is marketing, you have to send, so because you learn by doing marketing. So बेचते बेचते सीखते हैं, सीखते सीखते बेचते हैं. So that's the mantra of marketing here. बेचते बेचते सीखते हैं, सीखते सीखते बेचते हैं. That is the mantra of marketing under selling concept. Then came the modern concept, and that is the marketing concept, where the central focus of marketing is consumers. Okay, It is consumers. Marketing is all about it. Is marketing is for consumers. It is by consumers and of consumers. So consumers is the central focus, and that's the focal point of marketing under the marketing concept. Then comes today, few steps ahead, we think beyond the consumers. We also think the planet. We also think the sustainability. We also think the environment. Okay, and when we talk about that, we talk about eco-friendly house, eco-friendly products, etc., green products, etc. So today the concept is the societal concept. Okay, not only consumer, but also company profit, but also the society. How better you can take care of the society. The Tatas, for example, recently in COVID-19, Ratan Tata has offered Taj to convert into a hospital to take care of those frontline fighters, the doctors and the nurses who fight, who are fighting, who are waging a war against COVID-19 in India. And Ratan Tata has the heart to offer India's number one hotel, that is the Taj Hotel Mumbai, to convert into a hospital. This is what is the beauty of an entrepreneur who goes a step ahead of others. And that is what is called the societal concept. Now let us see, very often we talk about the marketing mix. In marketing mix is very important. The whole marketing is based upon the marketing mix. So let us see what this marketing mix is all about. The marketing mix is all about the 4 P's, which are evolving over a period of time. So when we talk about marketing mix, we talk about the 4 important P's. Okay. Right. The first P is the product. The second P is the place. The third P is the price. And the fourth P is the promotion. Okay, let us see very quick look of what this piece talks about. The first is product. Okay, the product we hear means the attributes. Okay, the product qualities, the product life cycle, the product strategy, the new product development, all comes under product. Okay, the product mix is also there. The width of the product, the depth of the product, the length of the product, the consistency of the product matters. Then we talk about the place. The place here means what is the supply chain? What are the marketing logistics? Who are the link between the point of production to the point of consumption? The wholesaler, the retailer, the functions of the wholesaler, the functions of the retailers, the whole supply chain. The place means the whole supply chain. That is, we study the functions of the middleman. Who are the middlemen? The wholesalers, the retailers, the authorized dealers, they are the middlemen. We talk about the place. Then we talk about the price. The price is what? The price is the most promising P among all the 4 P, because it is here the marketer has to assure a fair percentage of profit to the owner, to the proprietor, to the entrepreneur. It is the P that ensures a revenue to the company, and therefore price is very, very important. Then comes, these 3 P's are okay, but unless otherwise you communicate to the consumers the arrival of the product, the availability of the product they waited all these years, all marketing will fail. And therefore, marketing in essence is the promoting of the product, right? So promotion is very, very important. If you don't promote, even the best of the best product sink in the market. And therefore, promotion is very, very important, communicating. And let us now come one by one, and when we study all these 4 P, marketing is over. With that, the marketing research and all, marketing is over, done. So first, let us study what the product in a big way. The product here, we talks about the product is the carrier of the company's goodwill. The product or in other way we can say the service. And here onwards, the product means service, service means product. Okay. For banking, the service is the product, right? It may not have a physical attributes. Doesn't matter. That is the powerful weapon of the company's goodwill. So product is the physical attributes of it, of the thing which is offered. It's the offering which is given to the consumers for in exchange of your price. Price is what? Price is the consideration. In legal word, it is nothing but quid pro quo. Quid pro quo means something for something. For product, they pay something to the seller, and that something is what is called the price, the money. So we talk about the product, then what comes into our mind is that how the product is developed. What are the stages involved in the new product development? When we come to the stages involved in the new product development, then only the product life cycle starts. Okay. How does the product life cycle start? But even before the life cycle starts, very often called PLC, the product life cycle, there are stages before the introduction. What are those stages? And those are called the new product development. Let us see one by one. The first one is the idea generation. Okay. That is the very first stage of new product development. The idea has to come from where the idea comes. Can you go to a bazaar, buy 2 kilo of ideas? No. The ideas has to come from consumer problems. It can come from the needs. It can come from brainstorming. It can come from universities. It can come from R&D. These are the sources of new product idea. So once the idea has come, the next stage is you have to screen the idea of the pros and cons. That is called idea screening. So the second stage of new product development is to screen the idea. Okay, based upon the advantages, disadvantages, etc. Then you test the concept. Will the people buy? So concept testing. Concept testing. Concept testing is very important. For example, before Reliance came with Reliance Fresh, they went to various households with a survey. Will they go for your organized retail as far as vegetable is concerned? Indians are used to buy vegetables from mass market, right, in unhygienic conditions. It is here, Reliance made a big impact, coming to the household, asking them, will you buy vegetables in a much more organized sector? In an air-conditioned room, will you buy? And when people gave a positive answer, Reliance opened 700 plus retail shops, the Reliance Fresh today, which is the biggest hit in the market. So what is all about? That is what is called concept test. You test whether people like it or not. If people don't like it, you drop the idea there itself. Why should you have to come with an idea? And therefore you go ahead with the idea of the new product only when the concept testing is passed. And the next stage is we do the business analysis. Do the business market analysis. Okay. Based upon various parameters. Based upon financial analysis, economic analysis, marketing analysis, technology analysis, do a feasibility study. This feasibility study is very important before you develop the prototype. So now the next stage is developing a prototype. Once you develop the prototype, that prototype is nothing but 1 or 2 model. Then you have to put it in the target market. So next one before launching the product is the target market. Or we can also call it test market. In the target market, put it as a test market. So we put test market. Marketing, test marketing is very important. Because before even Honda come with the Activa scooters, they launched in a particular city to see whether people love it. The moment they understood that there is a huge market, then Honda introduced Activa, which even reduced the product life cycle of Bajaj, which ruled the Indian scooter market for 50 years. Can you imagine? That's the beauty of marketing. A scooter market which was ruled by Bajaj for 5 decades. The longest product life cycle is no more. Bajaj is forced today to produce scooters. Why? Because people got absolutely modern, technologically advanced substitutes. And that is Activa, which made a big impact. So once the test marketing is over, the product life cycle starts. This is the PLC. Okay, this is the introduction stage. This is the growing stage we call growth. This is what is called the maturity stage. And this is called saturation. And finally we come to the decline. Remember, the marketing strategies for different stages cannot be same. You cannot come and meet your competitor with a similar strategy. At different stages, you need different marketing strategies so that you can position your product in a better way. Okay, so the strategy in the introduction may or may not work in maturity. The strategy you adopt in growth may not work in introduction. And therefore, you have to evolve your marketing strategy as your product is going through different phases of a life cycle. Remember, the product life cycle differ for different products. Okay, gone were the days in Bajaj time, we had a larger product life cycle, but today as we live in the world of substitutes, where close substitutes are available, and also the consumers are no more brand loyal. हमारा बजाज जैसा पकड़ के नहीं बैठा इधर. Now at a lightning speed, people are willing to switch over from one brand to another brand. As consumers are willing to switch over from one brand to another brand, they are willing to forget about the product which served them yesterday. Today they are on to a new product. And therefore, the product life cycle nowadays is very much shortened. The longer product life cycle no more exists. So this is what all about product. So in product, we evolve your product strategy. Okay, what do you mean by product strategy? Which product move in the market and why? What is the product line? And the next important thing which we have to learn here is the product mix. Every company has to come with a product mix. So what do you mean by a product mix? That's what very, very important. So when we talk about product mix, this is a marketing mix. Now we talk about product mix. What do you mean by product mix? Product mix means how broad the company can sell its different products under different product lines. So you can have a different product lines, and that different product lines is what is called the width. Product lines. This is what is called the width. So for example, let us take Tata Group. In Tata Group, we have different products, right? Lines. Tata is there in TC, consultancy business. Tata is there in beverages. Tata is there in automobiles. Tata is there in steel. So steel, automobile, beverages, consultancy, restaurant, hotels and restaurants. These are the different product lines. And take any one of them, for example, let us take the automobile. They have different type of cars they are offering here. Indigo is there, okay. Nano is there, and now the super luxurious cars are there. These are called lane. So how many under each one there is called lane? Now in each product they have variant, and that variant is called depth. So they can have nano, for example, petrol version, diesel version, and again LXI, etc. So that is what is called variant, and that variant is called depth. And is there a connection between different product lines? If you have developed that, that is called consistency. For example, there is a connection between steel and automobile, because in automobile industry, steel is an important component, and therefore there is a connection, and that connectivity connectivity is what is called consistency. So width means how many different product lines. Length means under each line how many different products are offered. Okay. And then depth means within each product what are the variants that is there. And is there a relationship that is called consistency. Now all these together is called the product mix of a company. For a multiple product firm like Godrej, L&T, Reliance, Adani, product mix is very large. Okay, but for small companies, product mix may not be that big. So, as we move into product to place, remember product to place, in between there are two important topics are there. One is called consumer behavior and another is called target marketing. So the consumer behavior is very important because in marketing, without these two you cannot go to the place and you cannot go and dump your product in a particular market. No. Before that you have to understand who the consumer is. So consumer behavior is very important and very popularly we call STP, segmentation, targeting and positioning. These two are very important before we move into the place. Let us very short, very fast move into what consumer behavior is and then what segmentation all about. Consumer behavior is something which is very, very difficult to measure because consumer is an unknown quantity. A consumer is undergoing different others. Okay, someone is influencing, someone is informing, someone is buying, someone is using the product. Okay, so different people are there. So someone is initiating. For example, my wife may ask to go for a television. She is the initiator. Right. Now someone is influencing me. My friend. Oh, LG is the best TV. So my friend is influencing me. Then someone is the decider. Then I tell my dad because my dad is the decision maker. I tell my dad, let us go for LG. Okay. Then dad is the decider who has the purchasing power. He is the head of the family. He is having the income and he is the purchasing power, he is the decider. So someone is initiating, someone is influencing, someone is the decider, my daddy, and my daddy doesn't have the time. He tells his friend and he is the buyer. My daddy's friend is the buyer. Okay, so initiator is my wife, influencer is my friend, decider is my daddy, buyer is my daddy's friend, product has come in the house and it's a joint family, around 10 to 20 people are watching the televisions, the users are different. And that's why consumer behavior is absolutely difficult. It's a challenging task because the decider is somebody, the initiator is somebody, the influencer is somebody, the buyer is somebody, and the end user is somebody. And therefore, consumer behavior is something different because so many factors affect. There are personal factors, there are interpersonal factors, the empathy is there, the authority is there. There are so many other organizational factors. Organization they have their own organization structure, organization procedure. Environmental factors, different environment is there. Information environment, technological environment, marketing environment, economic environment. So environmental factors are different. So personal factors are there, interpersonal factors are there, geographical factors are there, individual factors are there, and then environmental factors are there, and therefore there are different multiple factors affect consumer behavior, and therefore we need to study what are the normal steps that a consumer undergoes. The normal steps a consumer undergoes starts with, we can say, problem recognition. Okay. So when I want a watch, first of all, I want to know what's the time. I have to stop at 2 o'clock, so what's the time now? So that's the problem recognition. The first step in consumer behavior is problem recognition. Once problem is recognized, he or she thinks about the product that satisfies, that can solve the problem. Remember, in each P there is a C. Product is what? Product is Nothing but in consumer point of view, it is solving consumer's problem. And therefore, this P means the consumer problem is solved. This P means the product should be available at the convenient place. This price means the cost to the consumer. And promotion means communication to the consumer. And therefore, everything starts and ends with consumer. And therefore, in studying consumer behavior, the very first thing you have to study is the recognizing the consumer need, the consumer problem. Once you know, then go for search for information. Search for information. Okay. So if I want, the moment I think that, okay, now I need a laptop. Okay. Yeah. Now I need a laptop, then I think about so many different laptops that are available in the market. So I search for different information. Then, once informations are there, I evaluate them. So evaluate. Evaluate the different brands, the different products, substitutes available in the market. Then select the best. Select the best. Once you select the best, next is to go for purchase. Remember, the consumer behavior is not over with the purchasing decision. It goes beyond. In the post-purchase era, what the consumer, to how many people the consumer recommends. And therefore, it is the responsibility of the company to again and again satisfy the consumer. Then only the consumer will go for mouth of the word advertisement. Yes, you can go for this. This is the best product. Only when the consumer recommends to somebody else, the marketing succeeded. And therefore, you have grievance handling, you have after-sales services. With all these, when the consumer is satisfied, he or she recommends to somebody, the company succeeded in understanding and analyzing the consumer behavior. Now let us come to STP. STP means segmenting the market, targeting the market, and positioning the market. STP. First is segmenting the market. We can go again. We can go there, no problem. So segmenting the market here means you divide the market and you conquer the market. Okay, you divide the market, conquer. You cannot. No marketer, however big he or she, no marketer, no company can satisfy all the consumers. And therefore, you have to divide. That dividing the market according to different criteria, okay, maybe geographical criteria, right? Different criteria, taste and preference of consumers, income of the consumers, on different criteria you can divide, and that is called segmenting. For example, I can segment like this. There are three different markets, M1, M2, M3. Okay, P1, P2, P3. These are the different products. But if I focus only on P3 and M2, that means I am focusing only on one product. This is called single segment. Single segment. So in single segment, what happens? I am segmenting only one product in one market. Now you see that I am going for product market specialization. Okay, in product or market specialization, you see M1, M2, M3, okay, P1, P2, P3. For example, I am specializing P1 in market 3, P2 in market 1, okay, sorry, P3 in market 1, P2 in market 2. So I am specializing P1 in market 3, P2 in market 2, and P3 in market 1. This is called product specialization. Product market specialization. This can also happen. Sometimes a particular market you can specialize with a different product, like this. M1, M2, M3. Okay. I am only going to specialize in P1, P2 or P3. I am only going to specialize only in P2. So what I will do, I take the product 2 and offer it in all the three markets. Now I am specialized only in P2. And that can happen in what is a different way of segmenting the market. Another way of segmenting the market is only the market I am specializing. For example, I will offer 3 different products in a single market. Say for example, I am going to specialize in M2 with P1, P2, P3. There is of course M1 is there, M2 is there, but I am not well versed with M1 and M2. So what I do is that I am going to offer my own 3 products in M2. Okay, that's what Nirma does. Okay, Nirma is offering to various products to the low income group people, to the large group of the people, and therefore the entire rural market is taken over by Nirma. So Nirma won a marketing war with the erstwhile Hindustan Liver, today the Unilever, a multinational company. See, Karsanbhai Patel is a local entrepreneur, but as he concentrated the aspirants and the interest and the consumer behavior he studied of India's rural market, no one can match him. Today, he has conquered the multinational company and won a big marketing strategy by penetrating India's rural market. Rural people in India, that is in the rural market, Nirma is the unshakable brand. Nirma has created not only a brand, but on a value chain, and therefore it is unshakable. Even the multinational company got distorted and got dismantled in front of this Karsanbhai Patel. He is a local entrepreneur, but he is combating with a global competitor. So he is global. Now we come to the last one where there is no scope for segmentation, because you want to put your product everywhere. M1, M2, M3, M4, okay, your P1, P2, P3, P4. So if you want to put your product everywhere, so there is no scope for not segmentation. There is no scope for segmentation because you want to almost put all your product in every market. Okay, the way Reliance is trying to do, that is very difficult. Okay, it's not at all possible. So this is what is called the segmentation. When within the segmentation we target the consumers, we identify particular class of consumers and we offer. For example, Maruti offer Maruti 800 to low income people, but Baleno to high income group people. So Baleno, the target consumers are different. Maruti 800 or Maruti Alto, the target consumers are different. And this is what is called targeting. So, segmenting, targeting, positioning. What is positioning? When you create a consumer should have a perception about your product. Okay, and that perception about your brand, how quickly he or she can recall, is what is called positioning. So, products are manufactured in the factories, but they are positioned in the mind of the consumers. And therefore positioning is very, very important. It's a perception from the point of view of consumer.